it's still. I don't know. She took so long to figure out that test too, and you had a test like the day after she took the second test. That's how long. We don't get to do it until next year. That's horrible.
All righty, folks. You all have your next lab practical on Wednesday. I hope that you are well rested from break. We will review today. Don't ask me questions on what's on the lab practical because I haven't made it. Any questions before we dive into the review? All right, we're gonna do the same thing that we did last time. We're gonna round robin. Who wants to start, or do I have to pick someone at random? Isabel. There you go, nice catch. Go up and label a structure, whatever you want.
Is this melted? No, it's.
Do
What if you don't know something?
you can,
No, it's. Can you call them?
sure, but it depends on how useful you want to make this time. Label the Vomer, cool. Who's next? There you go, Bree.
Just label anything.
Label anything. Infra,
I spelled it wrong.
you'll have the terms on the sheet. Infraorbital foramen, how do you, I want you to pass it to the next person. That way I'm not having it's a little bit more exchange. Infraorbital foramen, how do you know that it's the infraorbital foramen, Bree? How do you tell?
Because it's like, aren't they like?
Infra, what does infra mean? Infra referencing. Direction. Hold on, Parker. Hold on. Infra. So what term does infra come from? What is it referencing? Anterior. INF comes from anterior. Inferior. Right. Infraorbital foramen, inferior to the orbit that Parker just labeled for us. Excellent. Thank you, Parker. Parker, how do you know it's the orbit? Massive eye hole. All right. Grant, how do you know that's the frontal bone? It's on the front. It's good enough. It's the one in the front. Maxilla. Good, Chloe. What what bones articulate with the maxilla? Articulations are what? What is an articulation?
What's next to the maxilla?
I'm basic definition. What is an articulation? I'm not asking about the maxilla. When I say articulation, what do I mean? Okay. What is a joint? What's another word for a joint? What is another? I'm trying to throw you a softball, homie. Our articulation is we can use joint and articulation interchangeably. Bones articulate with each other to form joints. So what is one bone that articulates with the maxilla? One bone that forms a joint with the maxilla. Mandible. Yeah. And get another one. Mandible.
I spelled that wrong.
No, you did not. Roz, what is one unique feature of the mandible?
Mental foramen.
The mental foramen. Yeah, that's a unique feature. It has the mental foramen on it. Sure, you can label the mental foramen. Mental foramen. And you can identify the mental foramen by what, Kimmy? How can you tell that those are the mental foramen?
It's on the mandible.
It's on the mandible. Cool. Zygomatic bone. Michaela, how can you tell that that's the zygomatic bone?
It's the inferior part of the orbit.
Inferior part? I would also argue that the maxilla, gentlemen, I would also argue that the maxilla is part of the inferior portion of the orbit.
It articulates with the temporal bone.
Articulates with the temporal bone. Okay, yeah, I'll take that. Wow, these are really bad. Temporal bone. Isabel, how do you know that that is a temporal bone?
Located behind, like not behind the orbit, but like kind of to the side of the orbit. It's below your frontal bone off to the side.
Below your frontal bone off to the side. Okay, I'll take that. What we got, Andrew? The ramus of the mandible. Yeah. And what makes where's the location of the ramus compared to everything else on the mandible?
It's like the ramus is I guess like posterior to the body
Posterior to the body.
a little bit.
Okay. Yes. What about what is one identifying feature kind of makes it obvious that it's the ramus compared to the body? Might be a better question.
And it's not connected to the teeth.
Not connected to any teeth. Okay, yeah, that's one way to do it. I would probably also say another way, it's angling in superiorly, excuse me. Good. What we got, Tim? Yeah. Yeah. Mental protuberance. Yeah, good. I don't think that, is that on our
It's not on
section?
the list, but that's what that is.
Okay. Good. I think we got pretty much everything on this slide. Let me double check this. All right. Good. Let's move to this view. Who's got next? Got frontal bone. Good. Who's next? Coronal suture, good. Teo, how do you know that that's the coronal suture?
Because it's like on the top of the frame, so I guess it's like the crown, so.
Kind of like a crown. Yeah, it's going across. Let's go. Cool, good.
This arrow that points to the zygomatic process. This one? Or is it-
They make process. Cool. I'm gonna. Zygomatic. What is this whole thing right here, Bree?
Oh, the bone.
That whole big area.
Uh,
There's another word for it. It's not the zygomatic process.
arch.
Zygomatic arch. Very good.
Does anyone want to go? Oh, we're just going in.
bone. Parker, how do you tell that that's the parietal bone?
It's like the back of the skull.
On the back of the skull. All right, I'll take that. Who's going next? Yep, we got frontal bone, parietal bone, zygomatic arch, coronal suture. Styloid process. Tim, how do you know that that's the styloid process?
I kind of just look at it as like the really narrow and pointy one.
Really narrow and pointy one. All right. Nasal bone. Grant, you want to outline that one for me? Yeah, outline the nasal bone. Very good. It's on your,
It's on our library, but you said we
I probably won't have it on there. It'll 50-50. Mastoid process. Teo, how do you know that that's the mastoid process?
Because I know it.
Because you know it. Wonderful.
I guess that it's like closest to the process of.
I want a better answer.
I don't know.
How about, hold on, Isabel, before you write something. What is a structure that is anterior to the mastoid process? Mm-hmm. You got the M. Meatus. Oh, I'll take it. External acoustic meatus is anterior to the mastoid process. Good. So what we got? External acoustic meatus. All right. Sphenoid bone. Michaela, you want to outline that one for me? There you go. Thanks. Sphenoid bone. Occipital bone. Excellent. Occipital bone, right? That flat bone in the back of our head. And we got maxilla again. All right. Giving it to Chloe. Mental foramen. AMEN. Zygomatic bone, good. Mia, why don't you show me the temporal bone? Very good. Bree, why don't you label for me the ramus? Very good. And Andrew, can you label for me? This one might be hard, but I think you should be able to get it. No, not really. Never mind. I think we got most of what's on here. Moving on to up under here. Andrew, I want you to label for me the palate. The what? The palate. Also known as the hard palate. 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 Like your palate. Yeah, the palate. You want to circle where you think the palate is? Yeah.
That's all right.
I don't think so.
I didn't have that on my thing. But I know it's this area.
PLA. Put an E at the end of that. There you go. All right. Grant, I want you to label for me the mandibular fossa. Fossa, Fossa. And Grant, what articulates in the mandibular fossa? What joint is right there? What the mandibular fossa is part of what joint? Anyone? Temporomandibular joint. Very good. Parker, can you label for me the external occipital protuberance? Very good. External occipital protuberance. Tim, the occipital condyles labeled, please. Occipital condyles. And what joint is right there?
Like it connects to the atlas.
Connects to the atlas. Your spine, very good. Let's see, Isabel, label for me the temporal bone. Yeah, I'm gonna circle that. Is that the only part of the temporal bone that you see?
It's also sticking out.
Yeah. So temporal bone. Gonna be. It's hard to see on this picture. Oh. Very good. Michaela, why don't you label for me the occipital bone? Mhm. Is that just the occipital bone? What you just, that's the only part of it? Almost. One more time. Oh, there you go. Oh, closer. So, there you go. There it is. There's the occipital bone. Kimmy, foramen magnum, please. Big hole, foramen magnum. And then Chloe, how about the zygomatic arch? Very good. All right, moving on to the back side here. Roz, can you label the sagittal suture for me? Sagittal suture, and how do you know that that's the sagittal suture?
Isn't it on the sagittal plane?
Yep, it's on the sagittal plane. Kayla, let's label the parietal bones. As I said, bones with plural, not singular. Mm-hmm. Good job, parietal bones. Mia, external occipital protuberance, please. Mm-hmm. Very good. Bree, you're gonna label for me the mastoid process. The mastoid process, yes. Yep,
On both sides. You want me to leave it?
sure. Label both sides. Very good. Teo, how about the temporal bone that's peeking out?
Do I like highlight it?
Yeah, you can circle it, yeah. Yeah. Very good. Temporal bone. Andrew, can you label for me the occipital condyles that are peeking out? Why don't we change to blue here? Might be easier to see.
Can't really see that well, but I know it's here.
Yep.
Is this the same thing on the other side? I can't really see it.
Yeah. Why don't you put a leader to label? Draw a line to
There you go.
occipital condyle. Grant, how about you all need a minute? Grant, let's label the styloid process. That's a little too medial, my friend. Close enough. All right. That's all we'll do on the back. Anyone have any questions before we move on any of the stuff on the skull? All right. Moving on to the spine. Parker, you want to come label for me the sections of the spine? And then Tim, you're gonna write up here how many each section of the spine, how many vertebrae each of them have. This, I mean, it's singular word. No, it's, you have to spell out the word for this type of spine. So why don't you do it on the big one?
What? I wasn't right here.
I thought you were gonna do it on the smaller.
No.
All right.
There were after.
Cervical spine.
I was supposed to
Oh,
know
no,
what's up. Oh.
All right, here, Parker, what, you got cervical spine, 1 to 5. Okay,
Yeah.
1 to 5,
It's 1 to 7.
1 to 7.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, Tim, label the next section of spine. Then Isabel, I'll have you label the second section. Yep.
It looks really wrong.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Thoracic spine. Isabel, next section down. You all can go back. Lumbar spine. How many spinal segments are there in the lumbar spine?
I
You think 7? You want to count those?
think 5.
5. Why don't you label that right up there? Good. Michaela, what's that next, last 2 sections? Next/last. Sacrum and coccyx. How many fused spinal segments are in the sacrum?
There's 5.
5. Very good. We're not gonna do generic spinal segment because that seems to confuse you all too much. Kimmy, label for me the nucleus pulposus. Pulposus.
ULP. SOS.
OSU. OSUS. And Roz, annulus fibrosis.
Yeah.
You're in the lecture. Very good. I want you to know what you're responsible for the lab practical, what's in the lab packet. It is. I might be floundering here, so just if it's not on the lab packet, don't worry about it. I just had it in here. That's not what I want. I want this one. Who's next? Chloe, let's label, what do I want you to label? Well, first here, identify which spinal segment is this? Go and write it up on the board. Which spinal segment is that?
Where do you want me to write it?
Top left. So that's the segment of the spine that's in which particular number is this one?
Oh. This one is not on the lab packet.
I'm still holding you responsible for, we went over these extensively. There you go. First cervical spinous process. Thank you. The terms are on the lab packet, if I recall correctly. Kayla, how about showing me the transverse process? Thank you. Mia, how about the transverse foramen? Cool, and how about on that other image over there? Excellent. Bree, the inferior articular facet. Yeah. Good. And Teo, how about the vertebral foramen? Very good. Andrew. Show me the, we got transverse foramen, we have inferior and superior articular facets. How about that posterior arch?
On this one?
Can you see it on the other one?
No.
Okay. It's the posterior arch.
Here.
Why don't you draw a whole line for it? There you go. Posterior arch. Label that for me. Very good. Grant, how about last thing? Label for me the posterior tubercle or the spinous process for the atlas. Since it's so small, we call it a tubercle.
Sorry.
Posterior tubercle. What? Label it. I think that's what it is. And that's pointing to these structures right here, yeah? So if it's bilateral, do you think we would just call it the posterior tubercle? Or is that some other structure?
That's a different structure.
So what is that structure that you labeled?
Set.
A facet, okay. So then which facet is it? We have the inferior articular facet labeled.
Superior articular set.
Superior articular facet.
So should I label it?
Yeah. Parker, this vertebrae has a special name. What is its special name? Atlas. Thank you very much. All right. And we'll move to this one. This is also a cervical vertebrae. Tim, which number is this? Which vertebrae is this in the cervical spine? there are two specific vertebrae in the cervical spine that we have extensively went over. So someone yelled out, it's the axis. Which number is it? It's 2. Isabel, what is this structure right here? Dens, good. Michaela, what are these structures right here? Superior articular facets. Kimmy, these ones down here. And Roz, these structures right here.
The transverse foramen.
Transverse foramen, transverse processes. Chloe, was this big hole right here?
Vertebral foramen.
Vertebral foramen. Kayla, this structure, spinous process. And all right. Anterior articular facet. It's on the dens. It's not on your left. Moving on, because I have to rush through now that we're almost out of time. Generic cervical vertebrae. Let's see. Yeah, what is this right here? 3. What are these holes right here? Transverse foramen. Teo, what are these structures right here? Also be right here. And Andrew, what are these structures right here? And Grant, this structure back here. And Tim, what is this section right here? That specific section on either side. Lamina. There you go. Because the vertebral arch is what? The whole arch. It comes from the body all the way back over to the body. Right, that's that vertebral arch. All right, moving out of cervical into thoracic. We have this section here, Isabel. Body. And Michaela, what is this structure right there?
Costal facet.
Which one? And Kimmy, what is this one right here?
Inferior costal facet.
And Roz, what is this one right here?
Costal facet on the transversal.
Costal facet, transverse process. Chloe, what is this structure right there? Superior articular facet. And Kayla, this one? Inferior articular facet. Very good. Mia, last one was this big one right there. Spinous process. All right. Thorax. Here we go. We're gonna do these. Bree, what is this structure right here? Manubria. Very good. And Teo, what is this? Right here? The body. And Andrew, what is this structure right down here? Xiphoid process. Grant, what is this whole bone called? The sternum. And Parker, how many ribs articulate with the sternum? 7, close. Tim, how many true ribs do we have? Isabel, what's the next section of ribs called? These next 3, 8, 9, and 10. False ribs. And Michaela, what about 11 and 12? Floating ribs. I'll come back up here. Last section. Give me this right here on the rib. What is that? The head of the rib. Very good. And Chloe, what is this structure right here on the rib? This structure right here. Neck close. Not quite. Tubercle for the articular facet, costal tubercle. And what is this big section here, Kayla? Body. All right. And Mia, throwing you a curveball here. What is this? Costal cartilage. All right. Very good. Kind of sped run the last section of stuff, so I could get you all through it. Any questions on any of this stuff? Yeah, pretty much. You know what, here, let's do a lumbar vertebrae. One more. Thank you, Ross. Lumbar vertebrae. That's a thoracic vertebrae. Lumbar vertebrae. I'll do this. Roz, what are these? Transverse processes. Tail. What are these? So this is a superior view. So then what would those be? This is a lumbar vertebrae. Do lumbar vertebrae have costal facets?
Oh, no.
Say that again. So we're looking from the top down in this image. This one might be easier. I'm looking for, it's this joint surface that's kind of peeking out back there. Superior articular facet. There we go. All right. And then, Andrew, what is this little section right there? Pedicle, very good. And Grant, what is this section right here? Lamina. And Parker, what is that line that I'm drawing right there? Vertebral arch, there you go. The vertebral foramen is what? It's the hole. There you go. It's all good. Tim, this one. Very good. All right, spinous process, training process, vertebral arch, body. Okay. Good. Now, any questions? All right. Let you out a couple minutes early. If you have questions, let me know. I will be trying to make the exam today. First thing on Wednesday. Huh? Yeah, 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 that's fine.